Candace Owens is black fatigue to the 10th power. Now, before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, she is playing 4D chess. Okay, and the last time I made a video of Candace Owens was right after she had the interview with Nick Fuentes. She had him on her podcast where she was asking stupid talk show questions like, why aren't you dating? And Oprah Winfrey shit, because she is the new Oprah Winfrey. And I kind of gave you on that video the Rise of Candace Owens episode 1. That I had black fatigue and I had Oprah fatigue, not Oprah fatigue, but Candace fatigue back then. And I mentioned it on that video. And that where this is all going and her origin of being, the founder of Social Autopsy, and how she was like kind of ostracized from the left, and she just, became a Christian and she took over the right wing as the little darling, and everyone embraced her and embraced her without really doing a background check on her, and that was the big mistake, because she also really never changed her positions on anything. They used her also to play the race card, to use a black woman in this conservative movement. She was going to be the mouthpiece for that. And she started this whole Brexit thing with Charlie and everything like that. But she was always in all these different groups, whether it was Prager, Daily Wire, being trained by Jewish people, mind you, and she just took what she saw and took it to a different level. And when I say black fatigue, she is the 10th power of that. You see black women kind of going on, whether it's going in McDonald's or Walmart, just destroying crap. But she is taking it to a different level. She's destroying TPUSA, this whole movement. She's moving herself politically is the thing, okay? Because it was this time last year, December 2024, where she posted on X, should I run for president with Thomas Massie in 2028 or 2032? I can't decide. She is going to be this populist on the Democrat side because they have no leadership right now. She is the one that I feel that after she does what she has to do here with this destroying this movement and taking over the culture, which she kind of is. She has the #1 podcast, but she has mentioned that in this Kanye documentary where she's sitting with Charlie Kirk and Kanye West, and she goes, whoever controls the culture controls politics. And she says, and she's motioning to Ye, where you are right now, you could wear that MAGA hat, and look what you've done. You've influenced all these people. So that is what she's doing, okay? Because once you take over the culture, yes, you're a household name, right? So Charlie Kirk, Kanye West, Donald Trump, they all taken over the culture. They're all on South Park, okay? So that's what she needs to do. Once they even make her to be this crazy conspiratory person on South Park, she could just chuckle and laugh, ha ha ha, because she's always been kind of not a journalist, but doing these kind of stupid Hollywood beefs or whatever, whether it's Cardi B or Christina Applegate. She's always in the middle of something regarding Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, that was the big one. She's aligning herself with that. And what else has she done? She's she made fun of SNL because they made a skit about her. So she is, getting her name pushed out there in that stratosphere. And once she's, on South Park, she will go on The View. There's no doubt about it. After, she keeps attacking the right, and the one thing recently that Tim Pool has said is that people are cowards on the right. They are. I think they're just afraid to be called racist, and she would definitely play that card. She's played it before, and she don't put it past her. She's black. She's gonna. That's all she could do. Even on an interview with Nick Fuentes, where she was blaming LBJ and everything like that. And then Nick's all, yeah, you gotta take accountability. You know what I mean? That argument doesn't really work anymore. I mean, it got her here to do her grift because the liberals didn't want her anymore. They kind of ostracized her, but here she is now. She will be coming back, and people are already kind of praising her on the left. I've seen influencers. The amazing Lucas was saying regarding this whole back and forth with TPUSA and even though he's calling her a coon dance or whatever, but he's still giving her props, and respect for her, even though he knows that she's grifting, right? It's just like, that's how black people are. They like to praise corruption and praise getting over on people, their dishonesty, manipulation. They all love that. They love that game, and so that is where she is. And she she took on the whole trying to check the boxes. I'm a trad wife. I'm against feminism. Here's my stupid book. Make him a sandwich, whatever. But then she tried to be a girl boss to Nick on that interview, and so she checked that box. Oh, I'm a Christian now. She was just on the Russell Brand podcast, and Russell Brand was just like, okay, is there anybody benefiting or profiteering from the assassination of Charlie Kirk, right? Knowing that's her, right? And she's just calling everybody else out but not her, right? Of course. But he didn't really push back on her, like, come on, just call the fucking bitch out, call a spade. And she started trying to speak. She'll cosplay with anything, right? And now she's all trying to be all spiritual when talking with Russell Brand, because she has to keep reminding him, I'm a Christian, and the truth has to come out. And she doesn't look like she looks like in her regular podcast, where she looks just like very mean spirited, like that woman in that film, the Tyler Perry film. I always compare these two because they look the same. The lead in A Diary of a Mad Black Woman, Angry Black Woman, or whatever. It was that old movie, but that's who Candace looks like on her podcast, where she's just throwing out insinuations after insinuations, and everything about her is just been when she's saying that everything is false or not true or fake in Charlie Kirk's life, she's pretty much self-projecting. Everything that she puts out there is not real. For example, she talked about at one time, and she was sharing these stupid text exchanges with Charlie Kirk about meeting Ye, or Ye said something a post on X that I liked the way Candace Owens thinks, or like when he dropped that, it was like supposedly organic, like she didn't even know who he was. And what happened? In reality, she was introduced to Ye from Dave Rubin, who she later on said later, I'm not friends with you anymore. But that's how she really met Ye. But she was trying to make it look like everything was organic, and everything. She's just so, everything about her is just fake, and the one thing is, with the white guilt, conservative guilt, and the black liberal privilege, this is what you get. This is what you get. You get a Candace Owens, and she is, black fatigue, like I said, to a different level. She is like, she is the queen bitch when it comes to this stuff. You know what I mean? And she's just playing everyone, and her fake assassination. She's trying to align herself like she's important, like Trump getting shot at in Butler, Tim Pool recently. People are really going after some people, right? And there was another one, I believe, who's getting threats and everything like that. But of course, Charlie Kirk was assassinated, so she's trying to say, "Oh yeah, people are gonna kill me just like Charlie Kirk." You know what I mean? Like, no, no one really cares about you, actually, and everyone could just see that you're fake as fuck, But she wants to try to, has this self-importance about her. That's the one thing that I can't stand, is her self-importance, her narcissism, and she was telling Russell Brand, like, how come the president is not talking about addressing the American people, that these countries, these governments, these France and Israel governments, or they want to kill me, or they want to assassinate me, and it's just like, he's got better things to do than address Candace Owens, and reality's like, she's not facing any kind of danger. She, you know what I mean? It's just like that one, I forgot her name, a Collier. She was this black person in the House that was saying that she was kidnapped or whatever. They always make these fucking stories up, and that's why when she does make it to the Democratic Party and she starts running, she'll have that media backing her up, that don't hold her accountable, so she could just lie, and she'll love it. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be, if you think this is bad now, it's just gonna be this like 100 times worse. So yeah, that bitch needs to shut the fuck up. I mean, hopefully this will, I don't know, she doesn't fulfill her her mission, but I don't know, it seems like unless people stand up to her, don't care about being called a racist, and just put her in her fucking place. I bet you in reality, Charlie Kirk, because I think she hates Charlie Kirk, he probably did call her an N-word. Like, you shut the fuck up, you N-word. You're trying to fuck up my whole operation, right? I wouldn't, you know what I mean? It's just like, what that was the reality, and she's just like brooding, she's all, and maybe she has something to do with her, with him gone, right? Who knows, But that would be the irony of ironies. So yes, this is where we are now. She is. This is episode 2, the return of the leftist. She is acting, being, and showing herself who she is right now. And when she makes that big reveal, when she just kind of just steps into that arena, that political arena, it's all fucked up. Okay, so let me know what your thoughts are, and leave me a comment below on this Candace Owens fucking debacle. Hopefully, just like in the movie Judgment Day, we could stop Judgment Day, and she'll end up in a fucking pit of tar pit or something or whatever, and the light of, because she's like a T-1000, she's unstoppable right now, right? She's a machine. She's evil as fuck. But hopefully that dim light on her eye will just fade out. Because and the world would be like restored back to there'll be like celebrations everywhere. Well, so that's my take on it. So leave me a comment below, and with that, I'll shut up and I'll see you guys